A very warm and heartful welcome to the next episode of Bold SAC. I, Sheena, your today's host on behalf of Enactus, Shri Aurobindo. I'm here to kickstart our today's episode of the podcast entitled as all of you and duly extend my heartiest greetings to all. As the famous phrase goes, today's world is shrinking, and a direct implication of that is there is no such field knowing about which will be of no use to you. Every topic is meant to be unraveled, every stone is meant to be turned. Being said so, we are here to embark on this journey through this series of podcasts. To support us on this great journey, we have our today's guest, Vyshnavi Bisani. To introduce her, all words are less. And CEO at Rosa Jewelry. She was born on our motherland but grew up on the land of bold and incredible wildlife known as Zambia. She has completed her bachelor's from École Hôtelière de Lausanne. From her early age, she developed her love for nature and environment. This love and dedication for nature led to the birth of 9V. But she was not the one who would stop here. She wanted to give something to the environment too. Her dream was to make a world greener place to live. Bisani focused on giving back to the environment while looking good in world apparel. A very good morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon, thank you.
Let's begin so that we can understand about sustainable environment more and in depth. So, according to Google, sustainability means avoidance of the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance. So, ma'am, how do you interpret?
All right, for me, obviously, sustainability is the main goal is to, give back to the environment, right? So wherever I am, I do try to give back in whatever I'm doing or the products I use, the cosmetics, every single thing. So like you said, Bisani mainly focuses on the lifestyle products as well as, your clothing and smaller products, which obviously anyone can shift easily without, like, obviously, we have toothbrushes, for example, right? So you also have plastic toothbrushes. But why would you use plastic when you have an option to be eco-friendly and switch? Yeah.
Okay, so we all know that all the developing countries are facing a lot of environmental issues, and
True.
India is one of them. So, what are the challenges faced by India, and what, according to you, should be done to counter those issues?
Okay, for example, for India, as we all know, when you look at other development countries, I'm going to give an example of Zambia itself here. Zambia is small, but the population is quite less. So when it comes to India, there are many things that an individual can do that will make a huge difference to the environment, right? But I believe like the society is still not used as much as fully developed countries. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I was saying India quite used to how other countries can take on sustainability. For example, the US has already moved into, electronic cars and everything, whereas India has just started or is starting with, their cars, their bikes. Obviously, there's no enough, what can I call it? There are not enough people who are willing to give it a try. Obviously, there are many causes for that. For example, electronic products such as cars are way more expensive than the natural cars such as your, petrol. I should try and persuade everyone to move, which will not be easy. But when you look at the population, if at least 25-30% start, moving towards eco-friendly products or even anything, it can be a small change. They say the smaller things lead up to the bigger things in life. So a small change from at least 25-30%, and when your friends start doing something, you obviously tell your other friends, and which will help India be more sustainable.
All right, ma'am. Moving on to the next question, I would like to ask, What does global sustainability means, and how far has UNDP goals established by United Nations helped in achieving sustainable environment?
Okay, for the UN, sorry, sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, sure, ma'am. I would like to ask, what does sustainability mean, global sustainability mean, and how far has UNDP goals established by United sustainable environment?
Okay, again, a lot of people are not aware of the goals. I can go ask someone and they'll be like, we really don't know. It's not that open. People are not aware. So that is one. Two, when you say what is sustainability globally, there are many things to what an individual can think is sustainable. One person can think, okay, I use eco-friendly products, I'm sustainable. It does not work like that. That is just a step of it, which prevents other major catastrophes or whatever. It's a minor step. It's nothing major, but that minor step will obviously enhance and it will make a big difference.
All right, ma'am. As we see, fast fashion has gained a lot of popularity nowadays. So, what are the steps that we can take to control that? Can you elaborate about sustainable fashion a bit?
Sure. So, what sustainable fashion is primarily, there are different parts of it. You can either recycle your clothes, upcycle your clothes. That's one section. That's basically when, let's say, you have a dress and you want to upcycle it. You can convert it into a top rather than buying a new top. That is upcycling, right? Recycling, like basically thrifting. I'm not liking my clothes, I can sell them and someone else can buy it. So you're recycling and it's being reused. Those are two types. The other type is when, which Bisani deals with, which is the organic cotton. So when you come to organic cotton, it doesn't use pesticides or anything, or even the amount of water that's used to be grown, the organic cotton is quite less when you compare it with the normal cotton. So fast fashion is very large. The industry is huge. So the prices, I'm going to come to the prices. Obviously, when you compare sustainable products or clothes to fast fashion, it's obviously expensive. One, because the methods you use to grow cotton are not cheap. You're trying to give a value to it. And the finished good is it's got a much higher quality compared to fast fashion, right? Is what people, I don't know if people know this, but that's the truth of it. But society doesn't want that. They want to keep changing. People want change. A lot of people, in fact, a lot of my friends would wear something today and you will not see it in their closet for the next 6 months. So they have enough clothes that will, you can wear them every day. But when you look at that, it's basically quantity over quality set, right? I can't tell you that no, please buy a better product. Someone else would say, no, I want something that looks good. It doesn't have to feel good. So it's all in the mindset of individuals. But when you look at Earth, would you rather, there's a lot of pollution and everything caused by the factories. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen these images where a lot of factories, let's say some clothes have small, minor issues with them, they'll just dump them, right? Because they don't know what to do with them. I would rather sale. A lot of firms do that. They just throw them away, which is very bad for the environment in many ways. You just find clothes in land dumps and everything. So fast fashion is basically that. And when you look at Earth, you want it to be more, anyone wants Earth to be a better place, right? You want your kids, you want your grandkids to see everything. And if we do, keep going on this path, it's going to be very bad. Like there are a lot of droughts and everything in Africa and so many problems which can be fixed, but obviously it's not done by one person or one industry. It's like everybody has to come together, which might take a longer period of time, and mindsets have to change. People have to change, which is always not easy. So yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on, how you as a brand working on sustainability?
Okay, so Bisani, from A to Z, we try to reduce our waste. That means our product, our packaging, everything has no plastic at all. Shipping as well. We only ship like once a week, so your carbon footprint is almost nil. When you come to the products themselves, they're all organic. And when you look at the lifestyle products, they can all be biodegraded. So, like your toothbrushes, once you're done using them, you can just put them in your soil, give them 3 to 6, including your hair combs, your other new products we're launching. So the packaging is definitely zero. The product itself for the t-shirts has no pesticides. We use less water in manufacturing, electricity, fair trade, so no child labor at all. And we're also trying to make it more female powered, because I personally think that's where the power is, but everyone is different. So yes.
All right, ma'am. As the last question, I would like to ask how youngsters like us contribute towards sustainable environment.
Right. Like I was saying, young people, I was young too once, I'm still young. But when you're in a specific age, you go out a lot, you want to chill a lot. When you look at those practices and what you're actually doing, it becomes very unsustainable. Like how I gave you the example of the clothing, everyone wants to look different, feel different. But when you say you're going to buy the same clothes in a sustainable brand, they might be a little more expensive, but obviously they will last longer than your regular, I'm not going to name any brands, but your regular fast fashion brands or whatever. So, but I also think youngsters, once you start putting this in front of them about the sustainability goals and the products, if they do make the move, it'll be obviously, there are a lot of young people or like youngsters around everywhere, and they're in groups. So if 1 or 2 people follow it in a group, it's really good. So at least their friends get persuaded, and like smaller steps, like for example, let's say you go to Starbucks, you carry your own straw rather than using their plastic straw, or your own tumbler. It's a simple, it's a small things, but obviously people are afraid of small things as well rather than the bigger things. So yeah, I think they have the power to make India much greener, for sure. Yeah, that's
What an interactive session it was. Thanks, ma'am, for giving your useful time to us. We really learned from today's session. I'm sure our audience all loved and enjoyed today's podcast. We really hope to have more interactive and meaningful sessions with you in future. So that's all for today's episode of Bold SAC. Reach out to us with any questions, suggestions, and recommendations. Our podcast is telecasted on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and our very own YouTube channel, Enactus Sri Aurobindo College. You can reach out to us on our official social media handles. See you all again next week, Tuesday, sharp at 8, with yet another interesting topic and an eminent guest. Till then, take care. Signing off, your host for today, Sheena. Until next time, stay home, stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.